Hello everybody and welcome to the stream. So I finally came to my senses and started using OBS for streaming. I used NVIDIA Shadow Play for a few streams and quickly realized that that is not what we want. So this is my first stream with OBS. Hopefully the levels are okay and you guys can hear me okay, but we'll check it in a minute. In the meantime, this is what we're doing today. So another coast to coast flight, and today we're flying from Birmingham, Alabama to Chattanooga. So let me show you see if this will work. Yep, so here's the post. It's coast to coast with TPC Charters. It's pretty cool. So last month we did westbound track, and this month we're doing eastbound track. So we're plucking along this route here. So that's coast to coast with TPC Charters. Okay, we're flying in our trusty H145 today. And we're also tracking this flight via on air, of course, because TPC Charters uses this tracking and management ecosystem, which is really awesome. All right, so we'll hit fly here for now. Okay. So one of the things we need to make sure we got set up for failure damage, we need crash damage enabled. So we'll apply that. Yep, all green check marks except we need to load the aircraft, so that's good to go. So we'll go ahead and do that now. All right. Jump in the cockpit. Switch the battery to on. And ACOG, our anti-collision lights on. All right, so we have 5 passengers today and 432 pounds of cargo. So by my calculations, the total is here 1,282 pounds. So we'll dial that in. 1282. Oop. good. Our crew today is just me and my cat Pumpkin. And fuel, we will request full fuel here. Let's get our passengers on board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got it. Anyway, so we got total fuel max. So we'll confirm that. Now we go to on air. Everything's green and good to go. We'll start tracking. Just give it a second to get its bearings. All right, here we go. So we are tracking good. Can go back here now, turn our prime pumps on. We'll start our engine 1. And we can close the passenger door. And while that's starting, I'm going to check the stream. Be right back.
Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
Alright, so everything seems to be good. I adjusted the levels a little bit because I was coming in a little too loud. Alright, we'll go to vPilot and connect now. We are doing this flight on VATSIM, of course. And we're flying VFR this morning. We have great flying conditions. We're going to be at 3,500 for our cruise. Alright, so go back here and carry out our hydraulics test. We're looking at this box here. Okay. System 2. Alright, that looks good. Go back here, turn it off. Let's do our fire tests.
Fire engine
Okay, all is correct. Engine 2.
Fire. Engine 2, fire.
Yep, all is correct. And we'll start our engine 2. All systems looking good. Looks like we got a good start. So we'll go ahead and turn our standby battery on, avionics masters on, anti-vibration on for passengers, some ventilation, pitot heat, can turn off prime pumps and turn on transfer pumps, put position lights on and arm our emergency exits. We'll carry out our lamp test. Looks like all the lamps are on. We heard the audio test. And we'll do our pre-flight test. Go ahead and close our door. And we'll load our flight plan. So we got one ready in SimBrief. We'll just pipe it in. Well, we don't have our 9 Alpha 5, so let me see here. 9 Alpha 5. Yep, that's better looking now. So let me show you. This is what it looks like in our ForeFlight, so BHM to GAD to 9A5 and then CHA destination. So that looks good. Put that on GPS. Let's check our ATC. Looks like we do have Memphis Center on. Oh yeah, we're right outside of Memphis Center, so we'll be on Unicom here. Go 1228. 1215 monitoring. Okay, that's looking good. While we're here, we'll turn our autopilots on. That's looking good. Let's get our weather at Birmingham. Winds 340 at 7, visibility is 10, sky clear, altimeter 3003. So 3003. 303. Decision height is going to be 200 feet. And we'll put the altimeter setting on the standby instrument as well, 3003. That looks good. We'll dial
A crossing out.
our initial altitude to 3500. That looks good. Alright, sweet. So then we put an FD on this display here. And then we'll put our VMS on this display with the numbers. It's looking good. Okay, let's look at our plate. So this is where we at in Birmingham. We are at the East FBO. So what we'll try to do here, yeah, actually that'll work pretty well. We'll depart from East FBO, going northeast out of this class Charlie in the direction of GAD, so that'll work. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put engines to flight. And we'll make our radio calls. Birmingham traffic, helicopter pilot club 6, taking off GA ramp for a VFR departure to the northeast Birmingham. Alright, everything's looking good. Let's go turn on our strobes and landing lights. Overhead panel looks good. Turn our head tracking on. Oh, there's the passengers. Alright, looking good. We're ready to go. We've got these buildings on the side here. We'll come to a hover. Just a few feet off the ground here. Make sure everything's good. Just get above these buildings here. Make sure we're not hitting any poles or anything there. And we want to kind of go more east. Right about there. And off we go. We'll just follow the highway here on the right for a little bit. And make sure we got Alt A on. climbing at the best rate of climb. Things looking good. Tracking, yep, tracking, all good. We'll follow this highway for just a little bit. We can probably just stick with 3,000. So we'll stop our climb around 3,000. And we'll speed up. Alright, making progress. Let's look at our vertical profile. We stopped our climb at 3,000, that's fine. Yeah, it should be a short flight, about an hour and 20 minutes in flight. So we're 5 miles away now. We'll make our call for Birmingham. Birmingham traffic, helicopter pilot club 6 is 5 miles to the northeast. Departing the area, we're at 3,000. Last call, Birmingham. Alright, so we took care of that. That is great. We'll continue increasing our speed here. A slight headwind. So nothing too bad. Keeping good ground speed. Cool. And then so we can go here now and go direct to our first fix, which is Gadsden Municipal. We'll activate that and put aircraft in nav mode. Yep, there's that first fix. Something interesting here. Let me look at our flight plan. What happened to our flight plan? Alright, we'll have to manually put it in here. 9 Alpha 5. Hang on a second here. Direct GAD Okay, I tell you what, let me stay on heading here for a second while I figure this out. Menu, oop, go to flight plan. We may have to re-import it. Alpha 5, 9er Alpha 5. That looks good now. And so if we go to GAD like this, do we lose the rest of our flight plan is the question. We do for some reason. That is strange. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's doing that. Insert after 9A5. Let's try doing it this way. K9A5. No matches. 9A5. Yep, it's coming up here. Good. So enter. Why is it not putting it in? How about here? 9A5. Insert after. So now it's working. Nope, it's not working. All right. We'll just go to Gadsden. I don't know, something's glitching out here on the 750. Alright, what are we doing here now with nav? I thought we were in heading mode. Alright, let me take manual control of this thing here. Heading. Oh, sorry, wrong button. Direct. Gadsden. And nav. Some funny thing was going on with 750. Alright. No problem. Just put our next fix after that. Let's get back on track. Got about 25 miles to that airport, to that waypoint. Okie dokie, so we're flying. Had to adjust some levels a little bit. Hopefully you guys can hear better. Turn down the helicopter sound, or the sim sound, so hopefully the music isn't too loud. And welcome the corporate pilot dad to the stream. Let me know if the background music is too loud. It shouldn't be. I think we got the levels dialed in here. Alright, so we are coming up on our first fix. Let's take a look here. That's where we at. About 10 miles. We're still holding altitude, good. Alright. Well, let's see. We can just follow the highway here. What is it, 59 to 9er Alpha 5. So we'll go ahead and set that up here. Let's see what we need to do here. 9er Alpha 5. Yep, so we got that ready. Here's my cat Pumpkin, chilling, loving the helicopter. Yeah, man, I'm loving flying this H145. I've gotten into helicopters just about 2 months ago, and it's just been awesome. I don't know what it is. I guess low and slow and exploring things and having the ability to hover, I guess, is is cool. So we're about 6 miles away from our first fix, so we'll overfly it. Hopefully should be able to see it. I wanted to put some VORs in there in the flight plan, but there are no VORs on this route here, so we just went without. Let me check my performance here. Oh, never mind. I uninstalled NVIDIA GeForce Experience. Had enough of it. So now I need to find another way to display my FPS just for checking. But I think we're doing well. Sim's running well. Yep, I think there's the airport right there. Probably hard to see on stream. Yep, we'll go ahead and activate our direct. Enter and activate. So there's the field. It's Golf Alpha Delta. We have Delta here in front of us. Yep, we can see the contrail right there. Of course, they're at 30-some thousand feet. Alright, so we double check here. We're direct Niner Alpha 5. About 57 miles away from that. By the way, let's turn off our landing lights. Look at that awesome view. I love it. All right, we're making progress. About 35 minutes left in the flight, and I wanted to give a big shout out to the First Lady of TPC, my wife Katya. She's tuned in, I believe. She's checking out the stream, making sure all the levels are good. So she'll let us know how it is. This is really my first stream with OBS, so just got to fine tune some settings, and then we'll be good to go. Very cool. Let's check our weather at destination. Start looking at that. In Chattanooga, Tennessee is VFR right now. Winds are variable at 5. Visibility is 10. Temperature is 9. 2.1 and altimeter 29991. 29901. Let's punch that in. In our preparation, probably a little early, but we'll do it. 29901. Cool. All right. So the First Lady of TPC says the stream sounds great. So hopefully the balance between the helicopter sound, the music in the background, and my microphone is all good. I think I've got it dialed in pretty good. And I'll work on some more custom overlays and things. I think I want to have maybe a chat box so that it shows on stream with the comments and everything. So lots of cool things can be done. Yep, it's perfect balance. Okay, good. Sounds good. So we don't have ATC, so we can't test the audio on VATSIM, but we'll do that next stream. Actually, let's take a look at our destination airport here. As you can see on ForeFlight, we got the airport diagram. So 2 runways there. We'll probably just land GA ramp. VFR conditions all good. So the FBO and the general aviation parking is right here on the west side of the airport. So that's perfect as we come in. Show you on the live map here as we come in. Just kind of stay on the west side of the airport and go parallel to 02 and land at GA parking. So that'll be good. So now that we don't have NVIDIA GeForce crappy experience, pun intended, how do we do a screenshot? That's a good question, because now I'm running two monitors with OBS on the second monitor and all of that. So if I take a screenshot, yeah, we see it's going to take a screenshot of both, so I just needed to take a screenshot just of the main monitor, so I'll have to mess with that a little bit. Go mess with the Pilot Club Discord. Let everybody know we're good to go and set up with OBS for streaming. So let me go back here to our flight plan and see if we can add our destination flight plan. KCHA. Nope, it didn't want to do that. Some weirdness is happening with 750. Today for some reason, I don't know why. Put it back on nav mode. So once we get to 9 or Alpha 5, we'll put in our destination there. Normally it's been pretty good and easy to do the flight plan, but it's acting up for some reason today. Let us also go ahead and load up our chart for CHA, just so that we have it. Again, we're landing right here, GA parking ramp. I was gonna say parking lot. Yeah, GA parking ramp. So we'll keep that set up there. Go back to monitor our ATC in case they come on. Look at that, beautiful Tennessee. Very nice. I also wanted to give a shout out to Tommy, TPC 69. Tommy's been helping me with figuring out the stream and software and such, so thank you. And same for Steven. So those guys were great in helping me out to figure out, you know, what I want to do with the stream and how to set it up and everything. So thank you guys, really appreciate it. Yeah, so we got about 20 minutes of flight remaining. Really uneventful flight, but that's how I like it. Make sure that our tracker's going still. Yep, still good to go. Got our passengers, got our cargo. Everything's good. Good in the neighborhood. Who else we got here? Oh, Atlanta Tower came on. It's alright. I don't see any traffic on the radar here for us. We're still on Unicom. And we'll continue that. I think as we get closer to 9er Alpha 5, we'll switch to heading mode and veer off a little bit north. So that we come in from the west side of the field for our landing at GA ramp. cycling through some views here to give you something different to look at. There's our passengers just hanging out, having a good time. Yep, Pumpkin's having a good time also. You know, I don't want to jinx it, but the sim's been running great lately, especially when, you know, I deleted the NVIDIA GeForce experience. I don't know what did it, but it's been pretty smooth. We'll see if we get any stutters on approach into Chattanooga, but so far so good. It's been really smooth and great. And really, I have to say that even though there's a sort of love-hate relationship with FS 2020 because of the bugs and issues and things, overall it is amazing. Having the ability to fly anywhere in the world and seeing what it would be in real life is amazing. Having the satellite data and photogrammetry for bigger cities, and it's just been amazing. And I think that's in part why I wanted to try helicopters and do some helicopter flying low and slow to kind of explore the world a little bit that way. Having flown fixed wing for, I don't know, 20 years, starting with airliners and doing some GA stuff as well, and biz jets and stuff is awesome. Matter of fact, yesterday's stream was of our Sunday Fun Day dedicated to the first flight, kind of a nod and recognition to the Wright brothers. Did that in CJ4 and loved it. Of course, I still love my CJ4, but something different about flying a helicopter and low and slow and looking at the world, and yeah, it's been really awesome. All right, so we'll go ahead, and while I was yapping my mouth here, we're about 6 or 7 miles away from 9 or Alpha 5, so we'll switch to heading mode. So we'll synchronize our heading and switch to heading mode, and once we pass this little hill on the left, we'll go ahead and turn north. And while we're in heading mode, what we can do is we can, let me actually just do this. I'll re-import the flight plan again. And then so we're good. We'll have CHA in there. We're getting some turbulence here off the mountain range here. That's all right. Look at the beautiful trees there. I'm using BHM 4 seasons. Obviously we're in the fall, so we got a fair number of kind of fall foliage with the yellows and the reds and stuff. There's still a fair amount of greens here in Tennessee, but that's pretty good. I mean, you can see the landscape with the trees and everything. Of course, the default system in the sim would have green trees everywhere all the time. Just funny to me why they didn't want to add the seasons. But it's all right. You got the dev community, and they bring the modules and make sure that we get that addressed. All right, how we doing here? So doing good. CHA right there. Okay, we have enough fuel for 2 hours and 11 minutes. Of course, we only have 11 minutes remaining, so pretty good, pretty good.
Destination ATIS is 119.85.
All right, thanks. What we can do here, a little bit of a setting here for our iPad. Speaking of iPad, there we go. Let's take a look as we're coming in. Turn more north. And pretty soon we're going to start making our calls on Unicom coming in into Chattanooga. Let's check the weather again. Didn't change. Last METAR 30 minutes ago. Wind is variable at 5. Great visibility. Altimeter 29901. We got all that set already. Field elevation is 683 feet. So that's 7. So 800 is what we're going to do here. For our bottom altitude once we start descending.
Flats Charlie in 6.2 miles.
Thank you for flight. We know. So we'll take a look. We'll see what kind of landing we have, or what kind of landing we can do, rather. Alright, we'll start our head tracking here as we prepare for approach and landing here at Chattanooga. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and do Alt-A. We'll start our descent. Yep, at 400 is about just right. Passengers are okay. We'll go ahead and turn on our landing lights. And we're 10 miles away, we'll make the call. Chattanooga traffic, Helicopter Pilot Club 6 is 10 miles to the south, inbound, direct GA ramp. We're descending 2600 right now. Chattanooga. I wonder, yep, I think that's the field right there. Like no ATC still, so continue on Unicom, and meanwhile we'll go ahead and load our chart. Gonna be passing some little towns here. Look at that, it's beautiful with the mountain ranges and the fields and everything. It's fantastic looking. Right, we're approaching 2,000 now. Yep, can definitely see the field. Very pretty with the fall colors. So we had a little bit of a stutter here coming in. I think that's when the stuff loads for the airport. So hopefully that'll be the only stutter that we get. We'll start slowing down a little bit as well. Let's cap our altitude here. Because we got some towers and things, so. Alright, the wind is from the west. So we'll go ahead and lock the altitude and do our hover. Just using some automation here, auto hover and beep trim. Guess we can throw the camera on too. I think we're good here with the building, I'm hoping. Yep, we're good. Where's that red plane? I don't know. Oh, there he is right there. Okay. Let's go more to the right. All right, we landed. Excellent. We'll put our engines to idle. Go ahead and let the passengers out. See you guys. Alright, what can we do here? Landing lights off, strobes off, emergency exits disarmed, transfer fuel pumps off, pitot heat off, anti-vibration for passengers off, ventilation off. Alright, that's really cool. go ahead and turn our engines off. One thing I noticed here, make that a little bit louder. Alright, and we can turn the standby battery off, avionics 1 and 2 off. So we'll just scan through, make sure we turned everything off. Yep, looks good, looks good. Let's take a look here at our flight. Everything's looking good there. So we can disconnect from VATSIM. So there's our flight. An hour and 6 minutes. It's really good. That's been awesome. Alright, so battery off. Well, I hope you enjoyed the flight, and I see Ron joined us. Hey Ron, how you doing? Just finished our flight from Birmingham to Chattanooga, and yeah, so stream seems to be working well with OBS, so we'll continue to do some fine tuning and adding some features, and we'll see you guys on the next stream.